Oh my god, we did it! There's a third place leaderboard thing for Arms Factory, but this is special because the team, they were new to Nightmare, so of course they died at the start because that's fair. Nightmare's stupidly tough, right? If you don't know what you're getting into, you're going to explode. I didn't think I'd actually be able to beat the stage. I beat the stage. I don't know. I'm so proud of myself right now. So now we're gonna do a solo version, which is actually easier than this one. So the goal is to maybe get somewhere on the leaderboard. If I don't, okay, who cares, right? But if I do manage to get some leaderboard, that is fantastic. I'm gonna really quickly jump into the nodes because people ask about this. I uploaded a node video at one point, and then the audio got muted for copyright, apparently because someone played Upside Down in the Town. I wasn't aware that was a copyrighted song, but yeah, seeing as the whole video was just talking, I can't actually upload it. Or rather, I had to just remove it. It was uploaded for a little bit, then the audio got muted super early on, and, you know, it's gone now. But what we do have is this. So we are running not Vonic, but actually Lua with Merope for this one. Running 2 attunements. You could run 3 attunements. The reason I run 2 is because I've got Fortifying Plus nodes. I figure the Plus node is more effective just because I actually want to be able to stay alive. Merope shield heals % health. It seems alright. I'm running 1 mana regen and 1 MP per tag out. Part of the reason is because this is a plus node, but I think even if it wasn't, I'd actually use an MP tag out with this team. Lua and Merope both use their skills and then you swap to another character. And on those kind of characters, plus tag out MP is actually generally better. The reason I even have 1 normal MP per second is because there are occasions where I just have to stay as Merope. Especially against the boss, I found it was extremely useful. I didn't know what I was getting into, but if I didn't have this MP per second flat, I wouldn't have been able to spam Merope shield in the boss fight so much, so it was actually very useful. Attunement's kind of obvious because if you have the elemental advantage, attunement is just flat damage. Only have an epic and a legendary, for now. I'd spend medals, but I'd really just rather get a plus node if I can. So yes, that's all there is to it for that. Will I do another node video? I have no idea. I'm not sure if it's actually worth re-recording and risking it getting taken down again. I obviously should have muted the in-game audio. I didn't. That was my mistake. But now that that is done, I also just realized my Camtasia is still open on the bottom there. Sorry about that one. So yes, Lua, Merope. I don't know if he skins because I'm a scrub. Obviously running burst heal kits because the recovery kits take too long. If you happen to get hit, well, you're just dead because you were below 20% health. If these activated below like 40% health or something, that'd be awesome, but they just don't. And these things, why do these exist? Who would ever buy that? Defense increases when your HP's already low? Should just activate when you take the hit. It's rather bad design in my opinion, but you know what? That's okay. So yes, burst heal is just flat out the best. The shock kit, maybe it's useful somewhere, I don't know where that somewhere would be. It's only a 2-second stun, it's not long enough. I don't think so anyways. But yes, so, I've played this run a total of 1 time and that was like 10 minutes ago. I'm still gonna get used to it. I think I know the general layout by now. So, of course, we should be fine. And maybe I screw it up and die, and that's not unexpected, honestly. If anything, I'm just surprised I even beat it in the first place. Didn't quite manage to reach that last sentry with the rocket, unfortunately. Getting in close because I can afford to, because I can just do this. And then heal up. I got hit by another thing, though, because I'm just bad at the game, apparently. It's okay. With Merope, I don't mind taking damage as much. Especially with all these sentry turrets. The sentry turrets are basically a healing source in this map, which is very nice. Pop shield, swap to Lua, kill the scout bot. That's the plan. Now these sentry turrets, they aren't actually a big problem. It's easy enough to kill them, but you can actually heal off of the Merope shield with them, so that's cool. Didn't manage to get my shield out in time, but that's okay. It's fine. If I can take one more hit, I don't think I can manage it in the time, so we'll just pass out on it. How Merope shield works, for those who don't know, is if you take 5 hits while the shield's up, it actually heals you health. The shield completely nullifies damage for its time, which makes it an insanely good defensive ability. The Sentry Blasters do not have enough health, or enough attack speed, rather, to be able to heal off of. So we'll just pass up on those. There'll be more sentry turrets like this one.
Energy field.
Excellent. Okay.
Deploy.
I do think I can swap to Lua. I should have used that on an ult, but I think I want to stay a little bit back now. I can't remember your name, but one of the viewers of the Munitions Factory Nightmare video told me that you could use Lua's passive on her ult. I had no idea about that. I didn't even think to try it. I thought that'd just be way too strong, right? Turns out you can. So if you didn't know that, there you have it. You can just Lua ult, like, whenever you want now, because that's cool. 2 shots and then I dash out. Excellent. Now the goal is, of course, to just keep up the Merope shields when needed. Should be fine for now, but whenever there's a chance of getting hit, I just Merope shield. Most of these enemies are fairly easy to dodge, honestly. I think any actual damage comes from error on my part. Did get hit by that, but it doesn't even matter because it doesn't do damage. For some reason, the refueling bots are really weak. The suppressing Boltern is actually not so weak if it hits you, but, you know, it's not too bad. Anyways, it won't one-shot you, so that's what matters. Now I am not running lifesteal for the reason of I don't think I'll need it. Lifesteal slows down your clears by so much, and some people have said, like, you need lifesteal for Nightmare. I don't know why people are saying that now. Does it help? Sure it helps. It makes it a bit easier, right? That's fine. But at the same time, the amount that it slows down your clears, it's enormous. And if you really want to go slow clears, you can just realistically swap off and wait. Like, if you don't mind what your time is, and you're just doing a mission for the first time for the sake of completing it, then by all means, you just swap off and wait. So when does the lifesteal come in handy? Well, people would say it's in the boss fight. But as it turns out, the small amount of lifesteal is not going to help you as much as just killing the boss 10% faster. Which I feel like is, grossly understated. Sometimes raw damage really is the way to go. I'm gonna explode right here. I don't think I can manage to get a shield proc off, so we're just gonna swap back onto Lua. Normally I would shield her right here. I don't think it's necessary at all. I won't take damage in those few seconds. And Merope's mana is getting low. Of course, you see the swap off mana really starting to pay off here because her mana is just regenerating like crazy. It's quite impressive how much of a difference it makes. Here we swap back on though. Pop that shield. I don't think I can actually get it off. Can I? One more hit. Not gonna get it. Alright, that's fine. There is a sentry. I am going to leave the sentry alive if possible. If opportunities just don't present themselves. Oh, there's 2 of those. Never mind. We gotta kill that. It's not worth trying to heal at 15% health right now. We just need to focus on actually doing things here. Of course, I keep forgetting to ult because I am quite new to Lua's mechanics. On the basis of I'm usually a Vonic and Nedian player. But it's important to have a diverse pool in this game. It's not necessary, but it does help. So. And that's one of the things I like about the game, is that you can realistically do most missions with most characters as long as they aren't Sonid. As far as I'm aware, Sonid's just garbage. Most of the characters are totally viable. I could be wrong. Maybe Sonid's got some secret utility that I just don't realize. It's possible. I think it's more likely that he just sucks, but, you know. Now, my health is actually quite decent. You always have the option to just sit around. If I waited a minute, I could get to full. I think we're gonna risk it, make it some excitement, you know? Of course we need to AoE these guys down. They will AoE themselves down once you kill one of them, as long as the others are low enough, so it all works out. This is a barricade, you can destroy it. You can lifesteal off of this barricade. Incredible. I don't have any lifesteal, but if I did, would it matter? Probably not. I don't know what the combat bot's patterns are like. Going to ult it just for the damage at this point, and so I can reposition a little bit. Oh crap, I actually did get hit with that, that was my bad. Huh, so these projectiles do not count. Now a lot of Merope shield projectiles, as they don't do the damage, they also don't disappear because they would pierce through people. So, in those situations, they don't actually count towards the shield being used up either. Which is kind of a bad thing. It means you can't body block for your team, but more importantly, when you're playing solo, it means you can't heal off of it, which is unfortunate. Now, I am on Lua. Merope's my less health character right now, so that's good. Whenever you enter a loading zone, you have the potential to heal the characters up, right? Because they count as swapped off party members. So sometimes you want to strategically position which character you're on when you go into a loading zone, as silly as that sounds. Actually, it gives you a slight advantage in the runs. They're gonna walk close enough? Yes, they are. Excellent. Alright. Not too bad just yet, but I feel like around here was when things started to get a bit frisky. There's the mini-boss coming up in not too long now. For those who don't know, Merope's passive allows her to refresh her overheat partially when you use an ability. This means that you generally want to fire a bunch of times first, and then you shoot out the rocket. There are cases where that's not true, but in this case it is. Again, why would I not wait for the shield? And the answer is just because there's no need here. That's fine. Also, why would I not ult that? Because there's no need there. The ult does have a 30-second cooldown, which doesn't usually matter, but there are fringe cases where it does. Not sure if these are going to be in range. They are. Excellent. Lovely. Now the GT-22 is a bit annoying, of course. Those fiery zones actually do a surprising amount of damage if you stand in them. I suppose being lit on fire is never a good thing. And they just want to prove it. Do I have to kill the sentry gun? No, die on its own. Do I want to? Sure. There's no downside. Now I do have an ult charge up. I'm going to try and use it here if I can. I think this is just a sentry. Yes, it is. So if I kill the sentry, and group up a few enemies, use the ult charge, and we'll be all dandy. Good enough? Excellent. Pop the shield. Oh, that was just in time. That could have been potentially bad. You might also be wondering why I'm not bothering to use my actual ults right now. The reason is I don't know the run well enough. If I don't know the run well, I'd prefer to just save it in case there's an emergency. And I don't even remember exactly where the mini-boss ends up being, so I want to make sure I have ults for that. The mini-boss is not too difficult in this mission, but at the same time, it does a lot of damage if you mess up and get hit. So of course, the faster the fight, the better. I want to use the ults on that. These normal enemies, I don't necessarily need it, only if there's a huge swarm of them. And of course the Lua ult I generally don't want to use my charge on now that I know I can actually freebie it. The only times I would use my charge on it is if I need my full rotation of abilities to reach the next free one. Now the question is, do I dash in an ult here? No, let's not. Want to have that freebie charge up. Can dash into that thing.
Insufficient coolant.
Ah, darn, got too close for comfort there. I can probably heal off of this thing. Oh no, it was too low. Whoops, I was planning to lower it first. Guess it doesn't matter too much anyways. I'm not particularly low on either character. Do I need to save the ult charge? Probably not, seeing as these enemies are what happened. If it was a huge clump of enemies, maybe I would, but right now I feel like it's just not necessary. So probably better to not waste the 30-second cooldown in that case. Just can't see what it'd possibly be used for there. Of course, I do want to save the shield if possible for these sentries. Do I get it? Oh, I'm not in range of those. That's my bad. Okay. Took a bit of damage, healed a bit as well. It's all good. The heal gives more than just health, it also gives mana, so there was a slight net positive there. This is enough? 2 more? Excellent. Okay, now this I don't actually want to bother using any abilities on, just because I do have the charge up, as you can see. And it looks like it's about to get busy again. Do I want to bother with 2 worker bots? Probably not. Do I want to bother with 3 bots? Still probably not. This is not a huge risk here. I don't know why they're funneling in 1 at a time. But I am okay with it. Now, there's only a couple enemies here, but this should also hit the spawner, which is a little bit of extra. Kill that spawner off, excellent. I think I can actually safely Merope ult here. I believe I will have it up in time. There's enough to justify using it, because I might have actually been hit if I didn't. Low chance that I would have, but it's better than risking. Especially when I can actually get back the ult, most likely. I'm starting to remember what it's like a bit more, and I think the boss is at this top bend here, so there's more than enough time. Looking good right now. The broken fuel bots are just not a problem with ranged characters. If you're playing melee, they're a bit more difficult because the fuel can leave behind a trail, and it does a fair bit of damage. As my character set right now, it just does not matter. Now I am 1 off of the ability. I don't think... No, maybe there's enough to justify it. I think I can get another ult charge by the time it's the boss. We'll see. We'll see what it's like. Of course, trying to damage the worker bot and the spawner right there. The spawner is now dead. I should have ulted that, but that's okay. That was my mistake. Even had it planned and everything. I don't know why I just kind of queued off cooldown. Well, there's an ult gauge boost in case I didn't already have enough. That was an impressively bad rocket. Okay. I am going to swap back to Merope. Actually, no, maybe I don't need to. We should be fine. I can just 2 rotation and then hit the boss, but the boss doesn't actually spawn right away. I forgot about that little detail. Do I have 30 seconds? I'm going to assume I do. I don't know 100%, but I feel like by the time I will need that, and by the time I've got my rotations done again, it'll be fine. Is this the last enemy, though? It looks like it is. We're gonna find out. The boss spawns here. Okay, yes. Yeah, so I missed 7 seconds of cooldown, maybe even 6. It's not too bad. And the mini-boss just doesn't matter enough. Even though I talk about how it's important to play it safe and all, this boss is just really weak. As you can probably tell. It is dying very quickly, like impressively quickly. The only thing it does do that is significant is that the shots that leave behind fire trails leave a DOT on you, and the DOT will burn through Merope's shield because it's 5 instances of damage. So you're about to see that right now. I got hit once, my health just disappears. For some reason, okay. I don't know. The mini-boss, like, it does so much damage, but its pattern just doesn't change enough. Most mini-bosses, they get to the point where they at least have some pattern that's worth being careful about. Even Munitions Factory mini-boss, and that thing is a piece of cake, has these waves of rocket things that, if you're not positioned properly, can actually do a lot of damage to you. This boss, I don't know, there's never a need to pre-plan anything. I do actually want Lua to be full on mana for this. I don't care as much about Merope's health, but Lua's mana is potentially important. So we're gonna swap one, and then we'll swap back to Lua for this. And then we'll wait for the Merope swap to come back. It's, or at least partially back. I can't remember how long a cycle is, this should be good enough. But I need hers for the green patterns. You'll understand what I mean in a bit if you don't know what this boss is. Now, of course, I could have ulted there at the same time. I don't know. I feel like I'm just going to use off cooldown abilities, and I might actually end up running out of mana. Here's where I need this for. Just in case. Can safely just walk into the lasers. one of the things is that I actually have a decently high ping. I'm gonna get hit by that, that's so bad. I have a decently high ping, and jumping over lasers does not always work. Which is a bit of a shame, but means it's kind of important to actually save the Merope shield for it. I think this is green again, yes it is. I should have shielded earlier, I didn't expect there to be shots from back there. The boss actually changes patterns when it gets below a certain health threshold. That was too late for that one. You know, we're just gonna do this. It's not on weekend mode, but I won't get the stun anyway, so it doesn't matter.
You're gonna have a blast.
Now, I am also... okay, since I forgot that the pattern actually changes as you lower the boss, and potentially gets easier for that one spot. It doesn't shoot the little red things around it. Instead, what it does is there's these little purple things that come outward. It makes it easier to Merope shield, but apparently harder to do other things with. There we go, that's the pattern change. And again, just off cooldown spamming abilities instead of using the ult, just because I actually might need the mana for this. There, now I can safely Merope. Dash up so that I don't get hit by the laser, as it'll drain all of my shield, and then I can just do this. Excellent. Now, the bad news is my headset is making a beeping noise that usually means it's dying. That's not a good thing, obviously. I am going to try and kill this thing before my headset completely dies, because I just simply cannot afford to lose that. Oh no. By cannot afford, I mean I just don't want to record the voice lines afterwards. It seems a bit more natural to just record as it's going, you know? Now my Lua has slightly more health. She might actually pop a burst if she gets hit. I think the Merope might just die. Oh no, the Lua will just die too. That's really good. That is excellent. I just can't get hit now. Swap to Merope as soon as this happens. Excellent. Shield. Excellent. Okay. Don't quite have the Merope ult up, but by next cycle I will, and that should be enough to kill it. I think I have enough health that it'll pop a burst if I get hit now. I won't just die instantly. So swapping off did pay off after all. Will it blue or will it just go to next phase? I think it might just go to the next phase. It is. Okay. Again, I don't know the boss perfectly, so I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen each time. Can safely swap the Merope ult on there, and there we go. Excellent. Now I have the ult, I'm actually going to use it for the damage, and it's done. Boom. That's a surprisingly intense run. I love it. The boss is... oh my god, that's a crit plus. The boss is not too bad once you get up below 2/3. I find the first phase is a bit of a throw-off, because it's potentially harder. Oh my god, I got it! That's a crit plus! That's so good! Oh my god, I'm so happy right now. That's really good. That's like top tier right there. The crit, the attunement, and the weapon damage are what you want to see there. You could make the argument the lifesteal plus matters. I'm still not sold on lifesteal myself, but that... oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Let's see what a rank is. It is 1! We tied for... oh, wait, no, we got first place by 1 second. Yes! Oh, that's fantastic. What? Okay. That's really good. You'll also notice, it was done faster than the 3-person run because the teammates died towards the start. But the rank was significantly higher, and that's just because the defense score was so much higher. But, oh my god, I'm happy right now, you know. I also feel like that was easy enough of a run, and like, once you actually got used to the boss, it's probably really doable. This could potentially be a farming run. Everyone already knows that Munitions Factory is a farming run now. I think this is the next one. This and Derelict. Derelict's also very easy. But, yes. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I know I sure did. And have a great day.